Hello everybody, welcome to the series about Rugby League. We're going to have a quick look at the betting for the Friday Night Rugby League, which is Leeds against Wigan. Usually this is a clash at the top end of the table, looking for playoff spots, but obviously this year both these sides are struggling with. Obviously with London beating St Helens, which was quite a shock last week. Probably a little bit of a relegation battle, really. Obviously, if Wigan win, they're probably more looking towards the playoffs than relegation. Obviously, Leeds would go level with Wigan with a win. Leeds just starting to hit a bit of form now. I think they've won the last two. I mean, okay, they were quite tight. That was a good win at Wakefield last week. They certainly look a better side with Hurrell in the side, and obviously he plays again. He should play again on Friday. Now, Leeds about 10 to 11 to win the game, with Wigan about 6 to 5. I think you get Wigan with a 2 point start on the handicap. I think if you fancy Wigan, I think I'd probably rather take the 2 point start on the handicap rather than the 6 to 5 to win the game. Especially with all the draws there's been in Super League lately. The golden point extra time, obviously. That's 20 to 1 for the game to go extra time, so to draw after 80 minutes. I think that has to be really good value. This should be really tight, especially if the weather's bad. I could certainly imagine there be a drop goal in the game. There was a drop goal in the game the Wigan won at Hull KR. They just managed to win, get back to winning ways. I mean, okay, the two games they'd lost were quite tough. They'd lost away at Catalans in Barcelona, which tremendous occasion for the sport, and obviously, Warrington beat them at Magic Weekend. But the Wigan didn't play too badly there, to be fair. I think Wigan might just nick this. See, I don't think either result would really surprise you, but I think maybe by the minimum 1 to 5 points. I think Wigan seem to be good at doing that lately. But really could go either way. But I think probably getting Leeds about a little bit shorter just to win the game as opposed to taking the -2 on the handicap probably be the way to go if you fancy the Rhinos. But maybe probably just Wigan. But like I said, it's one of the really could go either way. Is it a relegation battle? I don't know. Wigan 4 points clear of London with a much better points difference. So London would have to win 3 games to catch Wigan. I'm not sure they would do that even if Wigan lost all of theirs. So I'm not too sure. I think Leeds probably with Hurrell back to look a much better side with Hurrell in the side. I think that they don't get enough points now. Wigan only 2 points behind the playoffs if they can win today, and obviously Leeds would go level with Wigan with a win. So I think probably these two teams are probably just about starting to pull away from the bottom. As for man of the match betting, which we did all right last night with that with Albert Kelly and the whole FC win at Castleford, really good game. Some controversial decisions second half, but I think the referee got them all right. I think the Kelly try wasn't a knock on. I think that was fair enough, and the one that was disallowed, I think was the Shaw one. That was Truman definitely had a hand on him. So I think that I personally think the video ref got them right. I think our Twitter poll suggested otherwise, but as for man of the match, Williams is 8 to 1. He's favourite with Lohaya and Myler both at 10 to 1. But for me, I think possibly Hurrell at 12 to 1. I think if he can score a try or two in the game, I mean I think he's involved in most of the good things that Leeds do. He's probably for me probably the best player on the pitch, to be honest. So I think him at 12 to 1 looks okay. And for Wigan, Williams 8 to 1. That's way too short. He really hasn't shown the form for me this season. I'd be looking at Sam at 16 to 1 before he got injured. He just started to play well. That game that Wigan when they destroyed Catalans at the DW a few months ago, he was the best player on the pitch by a long way, and I do think 16 to 1. Sam could maybe worry Leeds tomorrow. I'm not sure we'd say that at the start of the season. I don't think there's many that excited about his signing, but I think Wigan certainly missed him while he's been injured. I think they probably value the game. It's probably looking at the first try score. I think there's two standout try scorers in this game. Burgess, who's scoring tries for fun for Wigan, and Hurrell, who's scoring tries for fun for Leeds when he's been playing. Obviously, he's had a little bit of time out. Burgess is 11 to 1, and Hurrell is 12 to 1 for the first try. I would say half a stake and higher them. I really think that's decent value considering the strike rate that both of them have had this season. And Burgess actually 18 to 1 for man of the match as well. I mentioned Hurrell, which he has had a few assists as well. He seems to make Wigan tick. They're certainly a better side when he plays, that's for certain. But like I said, I probably just fancy Wigan. But like I say, I think this really could go either way. I think probably, I really don't think there'll be more than a drop goal in it either. Whoever wins it, I certainly think there'll be a drop goal. And if the weather's bad, obviously the points would be quite low. I think usually when these two play, especially at Leeds, I think the points does tend to be quite on the low side. They tend to be very tight. There's a bit of needle, always a bit of needle between the sides. I think they've won 8 of the 9 grand finals this decade between. I think it's only Saints in 2014 that's brought the sequence between the two sides. So I mean it's crazy where these two have ended up. They've both had really poor seasons, but especially Wigan off the field as well, which is an absolute shambles. But enjoy the game. I don't think this is the kind of game where you want to go too heavy on. Like I said, I'd be more looking at man of the match or first try scores, like I said before. Enjoy, and we'll speak to you later. Ciao.